Today we have the Mosin Nagant, chambered in 7.62 by 54R. Let's review it. As always, we're going to start with some history on this old guy here. This rifle's history is incredibly extensive, and I suppose we should get started. These hefty bolt actions were originally produced in Russia, starting in the year 1891. And the variant we have today is considered the M91-30. But yes, quite a long-running history with this gun, including World War I, II, and conflicts beyond that as well. And I've even seen reports of these guns still being in the current conflict in Ukraine over there, which is just jarring to see even after over a century of design. And that just goes to show the true ruggedness and durability and just versatility of these guns, even up to this present day. But yeah, everyone, truly a magnificent looking gun with some magnificent history to go along with it as well. But I think we have covered history long enough here. Let's move on to this rifle's overall design and features. All right, now that we're zoomed in a bit, let's get a closer look. On first glance, just gorgeous overall, you know. Quite the nice looking wooden stock. A little bit of a dark tinge as to what you usually see on these rifles here. I remember getting these approximately 12 to 13 years ago from J&G Sales of all places for about $89 a piece in bundle deals, of course. We have a straight outward facing bolt here, goes directly upwards, comes directly back, just like so. Pretty smooth operation. Good adjustable irons here in order to hit targets from quite a distance with this large caliber 7.62 by 54R cartridge that we're using. And let's get a look at our 5-round internal box magazine. Comes out like so with this small spring. And of course you can insert it pretty easily and reinstall like so. We have a 1939 variant here, start of World War II. Safety may be a bit odd at times, but it does indeed work. Pull back and twist and push back like so. Ready to go. And lastly, a nice hooded tall front sight that we got here. Well, now that a few segments are out the way of the video, I believe it's time to go and shoot this thing. Let's get to it. And here's a 7.62 by 54R, way bigger than a 308, and let's see what this does. Let's go. All right, let's get 5 more. Last one. Alrighty, now that we're back, what are the final thoughts? I can tell you one thing, certainly a joy to shoot this old military surplus right here. Just a joy. Even though we have a generally large rifle here, that does not mean that the recoil won't bounce you around just a little bit. And accuracy was pretty good, all things considered, for a World War II era surplus rifle. And honestly, that wooden stock is pretty comfy overall, and you can get a grip on this thing pretty well. Truly a blast from the past here, and I honestly never get tired of shooting this thing. And of course, we're going to ask the question of, who is this rifle for? And to answer that question, I would honestly say, mostly for just the collectors and the enthusiasts here. And this would be primarily due to the fact that this rifle's price has skyrocketed over the years, and that has to be a factor in this review. But yes, as previously stated, I was able to purchase these with my father about 13 or 14 years ago on J&G Sales for $89 a piece. That will not happen anymore, and you're lucky to find these rifles for $500, if not $600. And of course, there are other rarer variants as well that well exceed over $1,000, especially the scope variants that you usually see. But yeah, maybe 10 years ago I could recommend something like this to the average Joe, but due to how this rifle has increased in price throughout the years, I can honestly no longer recommend that. And I would say mostly due to scarcity, history, and country of origin of this rifle here are the 3 main factors that have driven up price. But yeah, everyone, truly a blast from the past here, a rifle that performs its duties even up till this day, over a century later. And I just think that speaks volumes to this thing's overall design and its functionality. As stated previously, wouldn't recommend to the average Joe just due to price alone at this point, but you collectors, enthusiasts, go ahead, pull the trigger. I want to thank everyone for joining us here today. As always, sub, like, or just watch, and we have gaming videos and short content as well. Peace, y'all. Ooh. More. Woo-hoo! There we go.